Hey guys! Good to see you all. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? You're acting like you just saw me, like you haven't seen me for the whole day.
I haven't. We've been here. We've been here for hours, haven't we?
We've been recording and chatting and getting stuff done, getting our work on.
Yes.
Yes.
I have to pull up the goodness.
So we have a very exciting, very special guest on our show today.
One of my favorites.
Yes,
absolutely,
definitely,
favorites.
And a lot of men's favorites too.
I would agree.
Yes,
I would definitely agree.
She made a lot of dads very happy that they were taking their children to see Turbo.
Yes.
So we would like to welcome our dear friend and the fabulous and sensational Viva la Diva, Diva Talks.
Diva Talks! Hold on. This is, for some reason, this is glowing. Hold on, Heel.
Hold on. Technical difficulty.
I'm holding.
Wait, it's delayed gratification.
Yes.
Oh, what's happening?
I'm not sure. The internet is like spinning. I have to show Hill's face, but it's like spinning. So hold on, Hill.
I do those things. I always have a wheel of death.
There you are. Look at the hill. There she is in all her glory.
How are you, Sunshine?
I am so good. I'm grateful for the little things. I had a bad accident last year where I was surfing in Fiji and I broke my leg in 9 places. So the fact that I can walk, and you guys came to visit me, was so sweet. And the fact that I can walk and that I can do things, and I'm so grateful. And you know, it kind of sucks, of course, quarantining, but I've been home since last October with my broken leg, so it's kind of a way of life for me now.
Yes, you were in COVID before COVID.
Yeah,
I was practicing.
Yes.
That's long. I don't know what's going on with our internet.
I think I probably need to turn my computer off and stuff because it's probably messing with the Wi-Fi.
Get off there.
Yes.
Pink Power Ranger.
Well, what has been going on before we even start in these answering the questions? Tell everybody what's going on with your book. You have a book.
Yes.
Well, the crazy thing is, I wrote this book, and it's called Jesus. It's not religious, though. I think I should have named it something else because people think it's religious. It's like a YA novel. It's a dystopian novel that takes place in the future, and I wrote it in 2013. That was, and it was based on a series of dreams I always had. I always dreamt when I was little that people had in the future had to live in these like in this little malls, and everything they had to do was contained, and you had to stay within your pod, and the outside was all polluted, and everybody was getting sick by this thing called the Big Sick, which I wrote before the movie The Big Sick, and you had to have health meters to get around, and the government had become the GovCorps, and it was run by this Johnny Appleseed, who I imagine as Trump, which had seed industries all over everything. It's so crazy. So I started getting all these letters. So not a lot of people read it. It's on Amazon. It got great reviews, but it's like it wasn't a huge hit or anything. And I just kind of sold it when I saw people at cons, and people started writing to me and going, "Everything in your book is like coming true." And Daryl, best friend, calls me the witch because we've been best friends since we were 16. And Nakia, you guys know, I've told you some things. And it's crazy. So I thought, I should promote it again. It's a great read. It's fast. It was meant for teens. If you like The Hunger Games and what's that other movie? I love that.
Twilight.
The 100.
No, James Cameron did it.
Avatar.
Avatar. It's like Avatar meets The Hunger Games. So I thought I'd just mention it again. You can get it on Amazon. And right now on my Instagram, which is Hilary Shepard, I have a little contest going. I'm going to give away a free autographed book and some autographed pictures of myself. If you just, follow me and like it and tag someone else. And I'm going to announce the winners tomorrow. So if you still want to get in on it.
Oh, awesome.
There you go.
My daughter
But
might
I'm
like to
excited
read that
for
book.
people to read it because we actually met with Saban about doing it as a movie, and they were interested in as more of a cartoon because it's going to be an expensive budget. But I don't know, maybe more people would get interested in it now because it's pretty cool. And also, like in the book, your kids are genderless, and you decide which gender they're going to be. You let them tell you, like all this stuff that's like now happening.
Wow,
it's crazy.
How long ago did you write that book, Hill?
I wrote it in 2012, and then it was I think it was published in 2013. I'm really glad I published it because 2013. So I wrote it about 2011, 2012. So
You're like
it's crazy.
Nostradamus.
It's really crazy.
Nostradamus Hilary style.
Yes. Yes. Well, our fans know, and my channel members know, you are by far my favorite villain. Your humor, your acting chops.
Thank you.
I've told so many people that, when we were filming the Turbo movie, you ad-libbed, you improv'd most of that. And that just shows how dynamic of an actress you are. And you just so talented.
I was so lucky they let me do that. Most of my parts, they do let me do that. Or like on Star Trek, though, you couldn't say and instead of the. But this time they really were in sync with me, and I was able to talk to the props department. I was creating a character from scratch, and I wanted to make her really vain. And I would say, give me some, makeup things. And we had like Space, instead of Vogue magazine, we had like, Space Vogue. I was reading that stuff was cut, but they really just let me go with it. And it was so easy because, first of all, I was pregnant. So I was really uncomfortable in that freaking corset and the cape. And so I was pissed off anyway. And Elgar and Ryga, they can't see you. They're in this costume. They're always bumping into me. They can't hear me. So it was easy to call them idiots and just short of it. So the only bad part really was I didn't really get to know you guys because I was filming in my little bubble and I barely saw you guys. And then they asked me to do the TV series, and I didn't tell anyone I was pregnant. I told the day I got the movie is the day I found out I was pregnant. So I told the wardrobe girl to make my corset So they're like, oh, we really want you to do the TV show, but they're really worried that your boobs are too huge. I'm like, by that time I won't have any, don't worry. But they couldn't film. I couldn't film the first, I just said, I don't know. I'm having a baby. I don't know if I can come back. So they just went on with Carol, but they kept calling me and saying, did you have the baby yet? I'm like, I will let you know, And I was also doing Star Trek at the same time. So it was really after maybe Scarlett was 3 weeks or something, and I was still breastfeeding. I have some funny pictures of me breastfeeding her as the evil queen. Maybe I'll show them one day. And she always had glitter on her head because I always had glitter on me. The kid had glitter on her for years. And I called her the evil baby because she's great. I mean, she's an amazing kid. She's so successful and sweetest thing ever. But she was a wild baby because you heard me screaming the whole time in the womb. And I had to do ADR for the movie, which is when you have to redo all your lines. And I was like 2 days before giving birth. I'm in the booth, and they wanted to do it in one day. I'm like, no, I'm going to take my time. Every single line of mine has to be done again. I want it to be good, So she just heard me screaming and yelling. So
she came out in your voice. Well, we have so many questions that have already come through for you.
Yeah.
I may have to use that because I don't know that these are going to load, unfortunately. So, yeah. So we're going to start with our platinum questions.
Not loading either now.
Okay.
That's not good.
This is not good. We might have to.
What's happening? First, there's the Wheel of Death. I'm too much. It can't handle me. The internet can't handle me. And I always do that.
It's so interesting. I haven't had this issue before, so I don't know. It's very.
Can I just tell you guys? On my gravestone, it's going to say, we've never seen this before. Even like yesterday, something happened where the DirecTV guy came and he said, we've never seen this before. Everything that surrounds me and that I do is the person saying it, we've never seen this before. From Apple to Spectrum to whatever it is.
You are
electronics. So
it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's all going to happen. It's just, it is pretty windy out here in the valley. We just finished a call though, but we do have some of the questions have come through. So I'm going to start with our platinum members who asked.
Okay.
Yes.
Allison asked, how did you get the role? What was your process in getting the role?
Oh, this is so interesting. So I got the call from my agent, and I'd heard of the Power Rangers, but I'd never seen it. And I saw it was for the lead, and I'm like, I'm never going to get this. But I watched one episode, and I saw people screaming and yelling and loud colors. So I clipped like a purple thing in my hair. I don't even remember what I wore. And then I was driving there, and I was stuck in really bad traffic. And I'm like, I'm not even going to get this. I'm just going to turn around, which is a great lesson because I was so late. and I got stuck in terrible traffic. And I just kept going, and I'm so glad I did. When I got to the audition, there was tons of girls, and it was in Shuki Levy's office. And Shuki Levy was one of the people at Saban. When I walked in, he's like, "Oh my God, I know you. I've always wanted to work with you." I had done a really bad movie. Well, it was funny, but it was called Hunk with his then wife, Deborah Shelton. She was the star, and he had just come over from Israel. He didn't speak a word of English. And I remember he was sitting on the set just watching. And he's like, "That girl's hilarious. Someday I'm going to work with her." And when he saw me walk in, like, he remembered me. So I think that gave me a good leg up. Of course, I had to keep auditioning and stuff, but he already knew me. And it's a great lesson for actors that you might do some crappy movie and somebody's going to remember you and want to hire you. It happened to my best friend, Daryl Hannah. She was in Splash. A lot of people don't know who she is anymore, but when Quentin Tarantino was watching some crappy movie she did, like on Lifetime, and remembered her and wrote the part of Kill Bill for her.
Wow.
So you just don't know, who's ever. So that's what I love about it and hate about it. Your life, you get a phone call, your life turns on a dime, bad or good.
Right.
And I always love that about being an actor, because I don't want to go to an office. I don't like predictability. I remember as a kid, in first grade, they were showing us pictures of like people answering phones and like different jobs you can have. I'm like, who's going to want to do those jobs? No one's going to answer phones. We're going to be, it was like always that. I never had that in my head that I was going to do anything, normal, even though we didn't. I was a kid on Long Island, very funny looking, weird kid. And, my sister was the gorgeous, funny one. And everyone's like, "We thought Kathy was going to be the actress." That's my mother, She was like, "She's hysterical and she's very funny." Hilary.
That
it was
phase.
interesting. It was a thing I always wanted to do when I was little. And also, to answer a question, I'm going on too long, but I studied improv at the Groundlings. The Groundlings is a very famous improv theater group that I just joined some classes because I seeing Pee Wee Herman had a show there at midnight, and Daryl and I would go to the show and we loved it. And I just took some classes, and then I got promoted up to be into the Sunday group, and with Kathy Griffin and the girl who played Elvira, like all these amazing talented people. So it gave me so much confidence, because you would take a suggestion from the audience, and I'd come out as Cher and sing an entire song that rhymed and was funny, and I had to think it on my feet. So
wow.
This kind of a movie, or when I'm allowed to just say whatever I want, that's my time to shine.
Yeah.
I never get intimidated, because if I could do that in front of a paying audience where they'll literally like scream and boo at you, I can do this in a movie.
Well, we enjoy. Judy is my favorite villain. I love me some Judy.
Oh, so Judy, that was my mother. If anyone else wants to see, I have an Instagram called Judaisms. No offense, and I play my mother, and it's all word for word things she said to me. I'm not making any of this up, and it's fun because a lot of my childhood friends watch it and they're like dying because it's like so spot on. But so you can check that out too.
We have it posted right above Hill's head, and hopefully before she leaves, if we can get through all of the questions,
we need a Judy.
She can give us a little taste of what Judaisms are.
We have had many a story from Hilary with Judy. I love her so much. I can't. My kids love it. They cannot believe some of the things that she says.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all true, you guys. I mean, people wouldn't believe it if they hadn't been there and seen it. I'd have witnesses. Not
I have witnesses,
but I'm not making this up. This is Judy.
It's Jude. The Judes.
All right. We have 2 more questions from our platinum members.
We
Kenny,
have one from Thomas too.
Okay. Kenny asked, your character Lauren, was your character Lauren in Star Trek influenced by Diva Talks?
No, I mean, I think I was on Star Trek Deep Space Nine as another character. I was killed off, and I had like this, you couldn't tell it was me, so they had me back again. I had to audition again. And Star Trek is one of those things, if you say "and" instead of "the," they cut. I mean, you have to say, you cannot improvise. And it was written, the way she was written was the smartest woman in the world, and then it was called the Whack Pack. Everybody had a little weird quirk in their personality. So the 5 of us were the smartest, we were genetically engineered to be brilliant, but we all had something so bad that we had to be put away in an insane asylum. So I was a nymphomaniac, and I decided to almost play it like a cat. And Hannibal Lecter meets a cat. So I really used the cat as that. If you watch me in the first episode, I never get off my couch, and I'm just always like, staring people down and like zeroing in and laying around. And I really did that. So I think I did Star Trek before two of the episodes before I even got Diva Talks. So,
Okay.
and then they had me back again, and I was doing it at the same time. But they were totally different characters. One was very controlled and very sexual and very cunning, and the other one was just like estrogen and crazy.
You were sexy as Diva Talks too, so yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know. No, I actually wanted it to make it something fun for all the moms and dads who had to go. I had 2 daughters. I know what you have to do is sit through these movies 10 times in a row. So I thought I'd give everything a little double entendre and make people so they could at least laugh while their kids are watching.
Yes. Okay, another question. This is from one of our members, Platinum members, a new member. His name is Thomas Powell. He's in the UK.
Hi, Thomas.
He said, how many times did you audition before you landed the role of Diva Talks?
Let me think. Oh, another interesting thing is Grace Jones, who was a very famous. She was like an underground. She was famous in the 80s and 70s. I think.
Grace.
Yeah.
She was supposed to play the part, and I guess she was so difficult that all the drawings and everything looked like her.
Take a hike.
I thought you were pointing at me. I was like,
No,
what? Oh!
I know. Nakia is so difficult. And so I think they were really imagining her, and they had to scramble because it was like, and also they don't pay you very much, so they weren't going to get another big star, for like the whatever $2. So I think they had to pick an unknown. So I think I auditioned maybe 3 times.
Okay.
Maybe, or twice even. Like, it was quick. I remember going in his office and being taped, and I think I might have even been once. It must have been twice. I don't know, but it might have been just once. I'm that good, people.
You are.
Yes, you are. You are.
I can't
darling.
imagine anyone else in that role. It's hard.
It was my dream come true role. I mean, I always usually play the baddie, but this was like, it fit like a glove. I can't explain it. You know what it's like when you're in the rhythm of a character who you are that character. I never hesitated. I was like, this is my part, and no one's going to be, it was just a no-brainer.
Yeah. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Last Platinum member question. Who was your favorite monster?
I have a really soft spot for Elgar because would he be considered a monster?
Yes.
Because he was my henchman. He was so dumb. He always wanted to please me. He was always bumping into me. I like Rygog too, but Elgar had more of a personality. And it's so interesting when you work with those creatures. Like, there's somebody in there who can barely hear you. They can't see. A couple times I looked out into the field, and poor Rygog was just flat on his back in his ball. And and then someone else would say the lines to you, out there, which is great for my characters. It was so frustrating, He's just a person reading their lines like this, some script person, and just something it didn't matter, like his dumbass face, and he was just always in my way. So he's my favorite.
Yes.
Aww.
Oh, Elgar. Okay. All right. Let's get on to some more questions. This one is from Scott Bicklicky. He is also in the UK. He says, hi, Hilary. How are you? You are my wife, Kirsty's favorite villain. Hope you are well. Please, can you do your line, fire the torpedoes? Thank you.
Fire the torpedoes! I just say that so many times. At some point when I was doing Star Trek at the same time, I had to film the series, like, I think it was Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Star Trek had me like Monday and Tuesday. So literally they would stand me on one side of my submarine, and I'd film like 5 episodes from this way. Fire the torpedoes! I didn't even know what the plots were, because it was just, and then I'd go to the other side of the submarine, scream over there, and then they would put it all together. So I don't know.
That was us too. Yeah, they
Yeah.
film 3 episodes, one direction, then go change, turn around. Okay, we'll do that side. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, good. I'm glad it wasn't only me.
Scott also said "Viva la Diva." I didn't.
Viva la Diva.
Viva la, and we didn't do super chat dances.
Oh, well, that was our first super chat.
Oh,
because these were not.
Okay.
Yeah,
So let's really bring it for this first one. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Okay, we have a super chat dance. You got to join in with us, okay?
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Ready?
Okay.
Super chat.
Raise
Raise
them
them
up
up
high.
high.
Oh, yeah.
And she has the turn. Look at her. She's like doing a little twerking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know. Whenever I dance, my kids are like, "No, Mom."
Please, Mom, please put that away.
I like that face though.
That's a Karen face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
okay.
think this one I can.
Yes, you're good on that
Oh,
one.
well, I don't know with the
Okay.
note there.
This one is from Peter Sloop. Hi, Hilary. I wanted to say hello, and you look great. Do you wish your character Diva Talks had more guest appearances in Power Rangers in space?
Yeah, I was so mad. I was like, when we had the big dinner and then I was gone, and it was so much fun seeing all the evil people and, working with Rita and Melody and, yeah.
Yeah.
Should have been. I should be on every episode still.
Oh, I agree. Here, I'm going to bring this over.
I still fit into my costume. Hello.
Woo! See, I can't say that. Well,
Yes, you
stretches.
can.
Mine stretches.
Oh, you can.
But mine
No,
didn't
you can't.
remade.
Both of you are amazing, gorgeous women.
You're very sweet.
Please.
All right, so this is from Kenny Shibata. Super chat, raise them up high. Sorry, guys, we're having internet issues, so I can't post the question below. So, but your question will be read. Oh, there goes the first one.
Oh,
Peter's
good.
did just go.
Oh, fantastic.
So let's see if I can get Kenny. Oh. All right, Kenny. Hi, Hilary. I wanted to meet you. Love you on Deep Space Nine, and you were great as Diva Talks. Can you do Diva Talks phrase?
A Diva.
A what?
Do a Diva Talks.
Just
Diva
do
Talks phrase?
a Diva Talks phrase.
Oh, let's see. Looking in the mirror. Do I look fat? Nah.
So was that like a line that you improved?
No, I asked the prop guy to make me mirrors, and I just made her vain. That was one of my things. And I always loved, the old school. My favorite show growing up was the old school Batman. It was on at like 4:30, and I loved Catwoman. It was Julie Newmar most of the time, and it was like total cartoony pop, bright colors, and I always wanted to be her. So I did it. She was very vain, and I thought, that's a perfect thing for Diva Talks. Yeah, that was all improvised.
I love when you kiss the ear. You're like, "Come here, Ely." Ooh.
Oh.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
My little baby. She could be so sweet to her little Ely until she just threw him in the fire.
Yeah.
As soon as you're not useful to me.
Off you go.
Bye.
Off with the head. All right, this is one of our new channel members as well, Platinum Austin Malasky. Super chat, raise them up high. Hilary, your portrayal of Diva Talks was beyond phenomenal.
Beyond.
Can you please Viva la Diva? Also, love your Thanksgiving Day parade tradition.
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you. Yes, my tradition of popping the red Power Ranger. I hope they have him in the parade forever. I always take a big knitting needle and try to pop him when he's on TV. Viva la Diva!
Woo! Very nice.
I improvised. And now it's like, everyone there's a lipstick called that. One of the housewives just released a song called Viva la Diva. I'm like, no, honey.
No, honey.
Should have.
I met Diva way before you. I coined that phrase.
Yes. Get in line.
Yeah.
All right, this is from Brendan Tedford. Super chat! Raise them up high!
One of our gold
member. Hi, Hilary. You are great. Did you enjoy working on Star Trek for the 2 episodes you did? Anything in particular stand out to you?
Yes, I loved it. I actually was on 3. If you look back, I was, I forget what I was, but I was the only female. I got killed. But it's an interesting story because when they first hired me, you couldn't tell it was me, and I couldn't hear anything, and I was in makeup for like 8 hours. I had to get there at like 5 in the morning. We finally started shooting, and they're like, look, it's a 3-page monologue, and we're going to blow up the ship at the end, so you can't mess up, and we only have 1 take. So I'm like, great. So I start doing it, and I know my lines. They'd sent me the script, and they're like, cut. What are you saying? And I'm like, this is the script. They're like, you didn't get the new script? And I was like, no. I was sweating, and they're like, we're really sorry. We know it's not your fault, but we need to shoot. And I'm like, give me 5 minutes.
Oh.
And not only that, I was speaking a different language, and it was so half of it was in the character's language, and it was all different. It was so stressful. I was dying. I couldn't basically hear or see really. You could just see little tiny eyes. I was dying. I wanted to kill myself. I got through it. I did it. And I thought they're never gonna freaking hire me again. It wasn't my fault, but still, And then I remember when they had me do ADR because they couldn't hear more than did it again, and I just thought, oh, they hate me. I'll never hear from them again. So when they called me to do another character, of course I did have to audition. I was so happy because I was like, oh, good, they didn't hate me, and they realized it wasn't me. But by then I'd known the producer, so I don't know if you guys feel like this, but it's so hard to audition for people now. It's like makes it worse for some reason because they know you and you don't want to let them down. So
Yeah.
I just remember I was just sweating through that audition, but I loved it, and it was so fun to be on the set. And when you walk onto Star Trek, all the sets are built, so you're on the galley, you're in the ships, and they closely guard those costumes. I wanted to steal my suit. And they handmade all my dresses for me, and then it's a very different kind of set. It's very serious. You cannot mess up. If you do want to change anything, they have to call the head of the company. You have to wait, see. And the weirdest thing was the first time Potsy from Happy Days.
Oh, I love him. He's so sweet. I've met him.
He's sweet, but he's like, he's a little bit of a Me Tooer, if you want to know.
So.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't like overtly like you're not going to work again, and he wasn't really hitting on me. My nanny was there with my kid, but he was one of those guys like, and I know he did get, I don't want to say, but anyway, he had some trouble. But it was so funny. He was a good director, but taking direction from Potsy, you're like, should I listen to Potsy? Maybe I should do the opposite. He is sweet, but he's got a little bit of a problemo.
Oh. Okay, then.
Okay.
Well,
that was.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Okay, here I go again.
This one is from one of our platinum members, David Machin.
Super chat! Raise him up high!
Viva la diva!
Yeah, you gotta add that in.
Hi, Hilary. I just want to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Oh, thank you so much. Back at ya.
Aww.
Very sweet.
Okay.
Chad Wilson, one of our channel members as well.
Oh.
Super chat! Raise him up high! Viva la diva!
Woo!
Hilary, you are the best villain. Were you and Carol Hoyt able to compare notes in the handoffs between masks?
No, I mean, I was actually in bed. I had a hard pregnancy, and at that point I was bedridden. I didn't even really, they were so secretive about it. I didn't even know who they cast as me or anything, and I really didn't have any. I didn't have any plans to come back at that point. I was like overwhelmed with everything, and no, I met her. I met her on the way out when she shot like 20 episodes, I want to think, and then the day I showed up, they just didn't even like. I remember I was in my dressing room when she came to the dressing room, and I didn't know who she was because I'd never met her, and I was like, I'm so sorry, And I assumed they had told her this, that it was a temporary job, but they never did. I guess they didn't know if I was coming back or not. But so I felt bad. But I've never seen her what she's done with the character either. I have no idea. So I don't know if it was very different. I don't know if they showed her footage and said copy this or
they wanted her.
Oh, they did.
To do what?
Yeah. So I felt bad. But it was my character that I originally created. So. I don't blame them, for wanting me back. And, but I felt bad for her.
Yeah,
that's hard.
And everyone hated me when I got on the set. Oh my God, everyone hated me. There was an assistant director who was. Remember the guy who would eat all the ice cream cones?
Chris?
There was an assistant director who
Chris.
had like a satchel. Yeah, he had like long hair, and he just ate raw ice cream cones, like with no ice cream in him, like dozens of them. He was so mean to me. He hated me because he was like, I guess he had a crush on Carol or was good friends with her. And he just thought somehow I snaked my part from her, which I'm like, it's kind of, it's not the way it went down at all. I was the first Diva Talks. So it was kind of weird. Like nobody was really nice to me, and it took a while for people to warm up to me. And I don't even think I don't even think I saw you guys.
No, we were gone by then.
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember.
So was the series? You weren't in the series, just the movie, and you were on a different series.
We were in the series, but we got replaced halfway through.
Oh, the same time I came on.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder.
Do you remember? I don't know if you remember this, but I met you years after Power Rangers. I saw you in a nail salon in Studio City. And I recognized you, and I came up to you and I said, "Is your name Hilary?" And you were on the phone. You were like, "Oh yeah." And I said, "Oh, I worked kind of indirectly with you on Turbo." And you were like, "Oh my gosh!" Like we had never actually like officially met each other. It was really weird. And you were So I ran into you in a nail salon. Like
I do remember that. That's so weird. Yeah, we never really met.
Yeah, and we got to know each other through conventions.
That was the best. I mean, meeting you guys. Conventions are really fun, but they can be so hard because you're traveling all the time. And you guys know now, I'm a crazy traveler. Like you've had to calm me down. I get this, we call it wee horsey. Like before I get on a plane, I really get in there. I get crazy. And Nakia, you guys would be just like, "Yeah, we'll leave in like 10 minutes." I'm like, "No, I have to go now." And you're so sweet because you just totally got it. You saw me like freaking out and you're like, "Okay, we'll go now. We'll go an hour early." I don't know why. I traveled a lot as a kid. My mother always ingrained in us to like get there early. And I've done it to my kids now too. Like I'm such a freaky traveler. And we really get to know someone, but we've had so much fun together at conventions. It's great to meet your fans, which is amazing to get feedback. I went for years and I would always get invitations to go to conventions. I'm like, "I'm not going to Star Trek too." I'm like, "I'm just going to sit there. No one knows who I am."
Right.
You know? So when I finally went and realized people did remember me, and then really getting to hang out with you guys and go to dinner, we've had so much fun.
Yeah.
Seeing the country, seeing the world.
I know.
I burnt out towards the end, but I'm even thinking maybe when it all comes back, maybe I will do some more.
Oh, we would love that.
We would fun. I will. Yeah, towards the end I'd had it, but now I'm ready.
Yeah, we miss
anywhere.
you.
She's like, "I want to get out of the house. I need to get out of the house."
Anywhere. We horsey.
Okay, this one is Thomas Powell. Super chat. Raise them up high. Thomas says, "What was it like working together on the set of Turbo?" So,
well, we just kind of answered that. We did not really work together. The funniest thing too is mostly I worked with, the people who were in the costumes and like who played Larigo and I was pregnant and everyone was Israeli on the set pretty much. I went to Hebrew school, but I could say two things. But I remember them talking about me and I was like, "Shaka bavakasha," and they were like, "Oh, you're Jewish?" And I realized they had been talking about me. I don't know what they said. All I know was to say "shut up, please" in Hebrew. And so then no one really talked to me. But I didn't really. I think I met Amy Jo Johnson and who was the other guy?
Austin St. John.
Austin. I worked with them way more. I mean, I didn't really work with you guys.
That's right.
Till the very, very end, maybe. And we weren't in real scenes together. And so I just am really glad we got to meet after.
Me too. What a gift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we reload these questions. So,
Thomas was one of our new channel members.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Oh, yay, Thomas.
Yes. All right, we have many more coming in here. Many more. Woo. All right, Matt Thornton.
Super chat, raise him up high. Matt says, "So, if I remember correctly, a lot of content was cut from Turbo, such as the Phantom Ranger's identity and Divatox being Demetria's long-lost sister.
Yes.
Do you remember any of these cut storylines?"
I don't remember. I was just really... I hated that I missed playing Demetria because one of my favorite things in Bewitched was when Samantha, she had her evil twin Serena.
Yeah.
And how fun to play both. So I didn't get to play that. That was Carol. So things would just come and go and no rhyme or reason, and we didn't really have scripts in advance that much. It wasn't like we knew where they were going anyway. We don't know what the storylines would have been, but
That's so funny because we talk about that all the time, and I was like, "Is my memory correct? Did we have scripts and I didn't know?" But you have just validated that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. wasn't like, here's where the series is going, and now you're gonna, you know. But yeah, most sets do that. Like I didn't even when I've been on long running shows that you don't really know your whole thing, necessarily. They're still writing the scripts while you're working.
Right, but at least you get the script.
Yeah, you do get a script, which is fun.
Which is a bonus.
Yes.
He was so great for thinking on your feet. I mean, I would get like 20 pages and they'd go, oh, we're going to change that. And then say this. And it was so fun to be able to keep up with all that and just do it. Yeah. I love that.
Well, that's your gift. When they did that to me, my heart would race like a mile per hour.
Catherine.
I'm not an improviser.
On
you're a great actress, and it doesn't matter. It's not always a plus too. Trust me, because a lot of times I'd go into audition and I would improvise a line, and it'd be funnier than what the writers wrote, and they were like not happy about it. Sometimes they loved that about me. Sometimes they didn't. It backfired a bunch of times. Trust me, but I just couldn't keep my mouth shut though. I'd always add a button or add something funnier. And I've even seen, I remember a commercial that I was put on hold for and didn't get, and they used my improvised line in the commercial with someone else.
I have seen that. That, yes, even with my own. And it's like, oh, for real?
Really? I wasn't good enough on my own.
Right.
Not cool. Not cool. David Matchin just told us that Scott Page was in the chat. Scott Page. Oh, there, look. Good to see you, nuts, he says. Scotty!
Scott may be joining us
maybe
in January.
Ooh.
He might be coming on live, maybe.
All right. Another one. Kenya Padilla. Super chat. Raise them up high. Hello, girls. Greetings at 3. Could you send greetings to the fans of Mexico and all of the followers of the Instagram account Rangers Girls _MX.
I love Rangers.
Me too.
You guys
who are awesome. They?
So
Brazil, right?
No, they're from Mexico.
Oh.
Yes. Ranger Girls _MX. Thank you guys for all of the. Yes, they send us these amazing videos, these amazing little graphics, and thank you.
Oh, they're the best. They're so sweet, and I love them too. Greetings, Ranger Girls. Keep up the good work.
Yeah. Okay, Elise Cuss.
Super chat. Raise them up high.
Do you have a favorite scene from the Turbo movie?
I love when I walk into the cave because I improvised all that, and it was the cave that they used in the Batman show. So that was like such a big moment for me because I'm shooting. I'm an evil queen, and I'm shooting in the Batman cave. Like it was my every wish I ever when I was a kid. Every cake I blew out. Every time I had a wish, I wished to be an actress, and more importantly, that kind of part. Like it was so specific. So that was just the greatest. And I would just remember improvising like, oh, I love the steaming skulls. Love what you've done with the place.
Yeah.
All that stuff was like, you look great. Haven't changed a bit. I improvised all that stuff.
That was perfect.
I love that they kept it in. That was so nice. And that was a great moment for me.
I love that scene. That's one of my favorite moments in the movie.
Do you have a favorite moment that you can remember in the
Turbo?
movie? Yeah.
When
you got to go to Hawaii and no one else?
I did not go to Hawaii. Only Johnny.
Johnny went.
No, I went to Tennessee, and I went to Northern California, and I went to San Pedro.
I've been jealous all this time.
Oh, you have nothing to be jealous of. I wasn't in Hawaii.
Oh, okay. So what was your most favorite?
My favorite scene was probably, I loved, it's only because I enjoyed filming this part, was with all the stuff on the boat when we were on the Ghost Galleon. I have really good memories of us.
Where was that Ghost Galleon?
It was in San Pedro. But,
right,
But there were so many fun moments. Like we were filming our own little horror movie in between scenes. And
find that footage.
Johnny says he has it.
You should make that movie. You should release that. What a great
Johnny said he's going to look through his stuff and see if he has it, because he said he thinks it was his camera.
Oh, wow.
But there was a lot of real bonding moments during that time with the four of us, and Polly and Jason, and I've just got fond memories of that. It's not necessarily my favorite scene of the movie, but I really enjoyed filming it.
Right, the actual filming. What about you?
I loved, actually, the scenes that I loved the most were cut out. I loved the fight that Koichi had originally done. We had some amazing fights, like where we look like Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah,
on steroids.
Why did they cut that out?
Well, because I'm assuming
too violent.
Well, no, because they ended up. David Winning was no longer the. Oh yeah. That was when David Winning was the director, and it seemed like when he was the director and they let him go, a lot of the stuff that he filmed they also took out. That's what it's. Right. I don't know. Scott might actually have more, but our messages are not loading, so I can't even see what's being said. And I also like the campfire scene.
Yeah,
and that was cut out.
Moment.
Yeah, I'm like, what campfire scene?
I know. We had such a great campfire scene where we were all sitting there and we looked like real actors.
Oh, that's why they cut
it. Exactly. That's why they cut it.
It was like little intimate moments where you got a little insight to who we were as characters and people. And
cut. End.
Gone.
Scene.
Yeah.
All right. Next question is Master Key.
Super chat. Raise them up high.
Best villain ever. Ooh, I love you, Diva Talks. How did it feel to be the only villain in Power Ranger history to literally defeat the Rangers?
Yes, and why is Hasbro making a doll of me?
Yeah, they will. They will. You'll get one.
Defeated him.
You'll get one.
Yeah.
He said it blew his mind as a kid that you literally defeated us. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. He said, "How does that make you feel?"
Fabulous. I like to be the best of everything. I mean, I wish I totally destroyed them, but then there wouldn't be a show, so I get it. I almost did, but I love that they made it seem like that because you're watching it, and as a kid, you don't know any different. As an adult, like, well, I'm not going to destroy them because, it's also like Menudo, like it gets people get replaced. So I don't know if I destroyed you guys, there'd be another set. But I love that they kind of made it seem like that. That was a cool thing. And I do get a lot of people do remember me because of that.
Yes.
And my boobs.
Yes.
The boobs will go down in history.
Yes.
They were quite juicy.
All gone. Pregnancy boobs.
Okay. Peter.
Peter.
Super chat.
Raise them up high. Hey, ladies. Glad to see you, Glad to see you. Hilary, is there any chance of digital release of your American Girls album? I've heard pieces of it, but can't buy. The tracks I've heard were great, though.
Oh, wow.
What is the American Girls album?
Oh, well, I had an all-girl rock and roll band back in the day. We were on IRS Records with the Go-Go's, and we were like ahead of our time because we were all actresses, and we actually got a movie deal before we got a record deal, and the movie never got made. But we ended up releasing a record, and it was our demos. We did this in this guy's garage, and when they put us in the studio, they gave us some crazy producer who was drugged out of his mind, and we sounded like chipmunks, and everything was like. So they're like, you know what, we like your. So they released those tapes, and that would be great. But I don't think so. I don't even know if IRS Records is even there anymore. We have a couple of there's I think online we did an MTV video, one or two, and I think you can find those. And my daughter, like last year, we were in a record store together, and we found my record, which was like the greatest.
Oh, that's so.
It was $1, and the guy gave it to me. And my daughter still doesn't think I'm cool, but I thought that would.
They think you're very cool. I see what Scarlett and Kat say. I love them.
Yeah, I think they just don't want to admit it. I think that's just like our kids, To them, I'm not a superhero.
You'll always be my superhero.
Thank you, and you mine.
Oh, yes. Oh, dear. Okay, this one is one of our members, Chanzo, who's a natural comedian.
Ooh.
Chanzo Tambuzzi.
Super chat! Raise them up high!
Hello, Nakia, Kat, and Hilary. I love hearing about groundlings. What kind of training do you think is important for comedians?
Oh, I mean, that's such a bone of contention with me. there's so many nowadays. You get to be on a reality show, and everyone thinks they're an actor, and everyone thinks they're funny, and there's no training behind it. And of course, they don't have a real career because you really have to work hard. Even stand-up comedy is the hardest comedy to do. I would never even attempt that, really. I think it's so important, and any kind of comedy, improv you can do could inform any kind of acting because it really helps you think on your feet and be in the moment. I went to Northwestern and USC. I studied with Lee Strasberg in New York. I did off-Broadway. I mean, I really worked hard to get where I was, and then there's some people just walk into it and whatever, which I get, but I do think comedy especially, you can't teach comedy. There's some things, if you don't have the comic timing, you can't teach it, but there's a way to hone it and make you believe in your instincts and make you not hesitate. And I think the more, practice and training, the better. I really do.
Yeah. That's true. That's so true. It's a different time. Like, people are famous just for their personality or their beauty.
Yeah.
There's not really any basis.
Yes. If you read that in Jesus, I call them celebrities, SELL, celebrities.
Yes.
They sell. And that's what's becoming now.
So
less
true.
and less talented people. And all these reality stars, which we're all watching because we're glad we're not them and we're making fun of them. They're not like role models. And they go on these talk shows, and big famous celebrities are so excited to meet them, but tongue-in-cheek wise, they don't understand that. It's more like a kitsch thing. And they actually release records and have cabaret shows, and they think they're talented, and they're not. Whereas the funny part is they're not talented.
Yeah. Yes.
Who's not talented?
The reality stars.
Oh.
Like we were saying that people that it used to be that you would train for your art,
yes,
for your skill, and now these people are famous. She was calling them celebrities, like SELL, they're sellouts basically,
and they're making millions.
I know. Even on TikTok, I just read there's a little boy on TikTok that made like $38 million last year because he opens toys. And
yes.
He tells what he thinks about him. He's like 7.
Yes, I know. He also has a YouTube channel.
Oh my God, crazy. Yeah, so I get that. What it really irks me is when these people, are like housewives or whatever, and they're like, oh, I knew I was going to be famous. Like you were sitting in freaking Arkansas. You didn't do one thing but marry a rich guy, and you always just you're going to be famous. Okay, good luck with that. But they are, it's crazy for a second. And when they start releasing records and doing shows and, it's like, oh God, they're so delusional. But it's fun to watch, but it's also frustrating when you're, people like us who worked our whole lives.
Did you watch Tiger King, Hilary?
Say again?
Did you watch Tiger King?
Yes.
Oh, it was riveting.
Riveting. Love Tiger King. My favorite movies are documentaries from the time, like Grey Gardens, any kind of, not documentaries like dry documentaries. This is what happened in World War II. Not that kind, about people, about real life people. And that was my one of my favorite documentaries is called 7 Up, where they filmed little kids from the age 7, then 14, then 21. And then it's so amazing. Now they're my age. I think they're like 60 now. And to watch these people in their lives, that's what I love the most.
Me too.
I do love reality shows, even though they're not real. I like watching behavior. So even if it's set up behavior, and I like watching the people, and the next year they all have giant lips and and sometimes mid-season, they change so much, and then they really start being performative, where they acting how they think others, they're performing themselves.
That is totally the actress in you.
Yes,
because you loved characters. So
I do. I love a real character, like a
That's
real
why you
person
love
is so freaking fascinating to me, more than anything you could make up. I'd rather watch that any day.
That is a revelation I've just had, is that you're both comedians, and that's why you both love the same shows, because you're researching characters.
You and I love 90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah. And Life After Lockup. Have you seen that one, Nakia?
She loves it. She loves that
show. My freaking favorite. My whole I had to get a new receiver on DirecTV, and I had to punch in all my shows again, and it's like #1, Love After Lockup. Like the most white trash. Ridiculous. My husband's like, you're reading these beautiful literature books, and you're reading the New York Times, and then you're watching 90 Day Fiancé. I'm like, I know. It's just it's my favorite thing. That's my favorite. I love that. I liked it at the beginning more when people didn't know what they were in for. Now I think a lot of people are just doing it to be on the show,
Yeah.
but it's still fascinating in any way you put it. Even if you're trying to be famous, I love watching that. Like, it's so fascinating.
It is. It is. Yeah.
It's so good.
You were talking about, as Kat brings up the next question, you were talking about changing in the middle, like some of the, you know, who's the home chick that got her boobs done, got her lips done, got her
all of them.
done.
Who's the home chick? All of them.
Yes.
Yes. It's so fun to watch.
But her children are in a different country. But she wants to bring a better life for her children, and she just
Larissa.
$50,000.
She didn't have custody of her children at all. And anytime she gets money, she just does it. She just makes her butt bigger. I mean, poor kids. Then she got kicked off for being on OnlyFans, and she's really mad. I know, it's fascinating. And these idiots that, like, you know, there's these poor guys who like live in their mom's basements for real, and they you know, they get some hot chick in, you know, Brazil, and that they could never get here, and then they're shocked when the person's like using them for a green card and money.
Oh, that's so
you're using them for their looks. It's like an even exchange. Like, let's at least be clear about what we're doing.
Yeah, I find myself
and then they become really famous. Like, and the mothers become. I mean, so fascinating.
I find myself yelling at the television quite often, and I'm looking at Nick, and I'm like, okay, let's get back on task. All right, our next question.
Austin Molaski.
Super chat, raise them up high. So to revisit something you mentioned earlier, did you get the movie role as a one-time character, or did you book both together?
Which one?
Turbo. Turbo. Did you get the movie role as a one-time character, or did you get the movie?
Yeah, it was just the movie. They came to me mid-movie and said, you know, we love you. We're going to make this a series. Can you do it? And I had to tell them I'm pregnant. By the time when you're going to be starting to shoot it, I'll be 9 months pregnant. And not only that, I ended up going in bed. So I was really disappointed because I really wanted. So Scarlett ruined my career. I didn't know that. And no, it all worked out. But yeah, no, they had never talked about a series with me. I think they wanted to see how it was going, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't know.
Okay, next one is BR Entertainment. BR-E-N-T.
BR.
Brent.
Brent. The way that it's spelled, this would happen to me. I say this all the time. It's pretty funny, but it's spelled BR with a capital E and an N and a T. So we were like, BR Entertainment, and hooked on phonics. Brent.
That's so good.
Okay. So now you kept wanting to tease me about.
Yes.
Super Dad, raise them up high. Hilary, was it ever discussed with you to wrap up Demetria? Hilary, was it ever discussed with you to wrap up the Demetria plotline or play her for In Space? Divatox was alluded to being her sister in Turbo.
I never heard of Demetria until I went to Comic-Cons and people started asking me about her.
Oh, wow.
Nothing.
So you
no idea.
Her when you came on. They just used stock footage like Zordon.
I guess so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, next one is from Kirsty Biglicky.
All right. Super chat. Raise them up high. Hi, Hilary.
Hello.
Huge fan. Huge. Like my husband, Scott said, you are my favorite villain on Power Rangers. Could you please do my favorite from Diva Talks, please? It's from the Turbo movie when you shout out, idiots!
Oh.
Thank you so much.
I had to shout that so much these last 4 years. Anyway, idiots!
Oh, yes! Bring it!
Excellent.
All right, let's see if we have some more. We're just uploading. Oh, we have more questions for you, Hilary.
We have more.
You
know, you spoke about being pregnant. It reminded me when I did Moesha after Power Rangers, I ended up doing guest star recurring on Moesha, and I was pregnant with my first son, and I did not want to tell them. And my character was not supposed to come back. See, that's the thing with women. Like, we have to hide our pregnancies to keep the job and stuff like that. You know, because you're afraid to say anything because you don't want to lose your job. So I remember them calling me in for wardrobe fitting, and they told me that I had to wear a swimsuit. That's how I feel. I was like, oh,
Oh,
my stomach was already out, so you could tell I was pregnant, but I wore big clothes, and so I was like praying, and I was like, Lord, what do I say? So I went into the wardrobe, and I was like, I feel really self-conscious about my stomach. I really feel uncomfortable wearing, tight. Is there a way that I could have like a sarong or something to wrap around? And she was like, oh, yeah. And I tried on the swimsuit, and she looked at me and she was like, girl, that's a baby in there. And my mouth just dropped, and she was like, but it's okay. I just needed to know. I will make sure that it's covered. No problem. I was like, oh.
Yes. I told the wardrobe girl right away because I wanted her to be on my side and make the corset bigger. I had to do that after Power Rangers. Oh yeah, I had Scarlet, and then I did a movie for Saban, which was Addams Family, and it was the same thing, Nakia. I had baby. Scarlet was like 6 months old, but they're showing me the storyboards, and one of them is I'm in a bikini, and they start on my butt and then pull out and do the whole thing. And I'm like, oh, no. I just had a baby. Same thing, the good old sarong. Just put on a
I feel like I'm
sarong.
a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Gotta hold the camera still. I'm getting motion sick.
I know, I can't. It keeps falling. I don't know. I'm trying to make it. Oh! I got it. I have a really janky setup here.
I feel like I'm in the Blair Witch Project or something.
Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna hold it.
No, she's being Judy. She's being her mom. Well, how do you work this?
Yes.
I can't.
I can't. And you've got it up your nose and all that. All right. Next question is from Hero of Light.
Super chat. Raise them up high. Miss Shepard, I got a question. How come Diva Talks and Demetria never came face to face? They were polar opposites. Viva la diva!
Viva la diva.
I imagine, I have no idea because as I said before, I didn't even know about Demetria, but I think it was because obviously they had Carol and her playing it, and they didn't have the money to splice it together maybe to do like that twin thing that you do, in movies, like The Parent Trap. And maybe also they didn't want to hire Carol back to play her after she was not there anymore. One of those things. Because I never heard about that. I would have loved to play her.
Yeah.
So you were, oh my goodness, it's just coming. So Demetria existed while Hilary was still on the show, but they just used the stock footage. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. I thought you played Demetria.
No, I never did. No, it was always Carol. Yeah, they used stock footage. Anybody in a tube, it's stock footage.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Kenya Padilla.
Super chat, raise them up high.
Hilary, what was your biggest challenge for you when playing Diva Talks?
It really was just being pregnant. I mean, the day I got pregnant, the day I found out I got the movie was the day I got pregnant. And I remember going in to do a table read. I must have met you guys then. And we were in the indoor office, and I remember there was like fluorescent lighting, and everyone was reading it, and I had to barf so badly, and I was like, this is going to be really tough. And interestingly enough, I remember Madonna was doing Don't Cry For Me, Argentina, and I don't even like Madonna. I don't think she's a good actress or anything like that, but I remember reading about it thinking, like, if she can do that pregnant, I'm going to be able to do this pregnant. But that was the hardest thing. I mean, there were some days I just had to barf all the time. I had a giant heavy, I had heels on, I had a corset on. I mean, it couldn't have been worse. A big heavy cape that weighed a ton. And I was sick a lot, and I was also hiding it from everyone. So I would just have to be like, they must have thought I was bulimic or something, because I was always running to go throw up. And I was sick morning, noon, and night. I didn't just have morning sickness. So that was hard.
How long did you work on the movie for?
I want to say 4 or 5 months. So
really,
by the time I finished, I think I was 5 months pregnant, and I'm very long-waisted, and I'm lucky. But if you watch the movie, because they shoot out of sequence, you can see my boobs, and you see the corset's like straining, and then it isn't because it's all shot out of sequence. So I don't think I could have gone much longer without them giving me another outfit, because Evil Queens only has one outfit. It's so annoying. Like, what did she sleep in?
Your outfit, just the same outfit.
I guess so. Yeah, so they would have to drape me in a caftan.
Chris Kolka,
super chat, raise them up high. Hi. Did you like blowing up the power chamber, and were you on Golden Girls?
I was on Golden Girls, yes. I'm Yvonne, and this is it. Woo! Yes, I was the aerobics instructor, which is crazy because people still like freak out about that. I've had to do a lot of cameos, cameo requests where I play her again.
Oh,
So and it's on like every week. It's on. There's 2 different episodes I'm on, and sometimes it's the abbreviated version, sometimes it's longer. But they join a gym, and I'm the aerobics instructor. So yes. I am on Golden Girls. What was the other question?
Did you like blowing up the power chamber?
Oh, I loved it. Are you kidding me? The stupid power pukes always win. This is one time where I could almost get them.
Power pukes. Okay, next question is from Andrew Sellers, A Sellers 7.
yes. Super chat. Raise them up high. Hey, everyone. You are all awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hilary, you as Diva Talks are in my top 5 fave villains. Would you ever return to the series? And whatever happened to Demetria at the end? This bothered me for 22 years.
I know everyone's so worried about Demetria. I think we should start tweeting at Saban or Hasbro, whoever owns it. And I think we need to see what happened to them. I really do. I would love to return. I think we should all return as we've talked about the Real Housewives of Angel Grove.
Yeah.
I think it would be hilarious. Melody and what's her name that we love with the tentacles coming out.
Vita Repulsa.
Yeah. So I think that we should all come back, and it would be freaking hilarious because there's so many fans that we have that are grown up.
Yeah.
And it would be a great late night Nickelodeon show or something.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
That's what
Jerry Springer style.
Yeah, it would just be a really funny, fake reality show. What happened to all of us, and the bitter and who's still evil and who's still good, and Demetria can, be in there. I think it'd be fun.
I do too.
Ooh, I think so too.
I'm getting some.
Put that out in the universe.
Yeah. Okay. Kenya Padilla once again.
Super chat, raise them up high. Merry Christmas. At 3:00, I send you a big hug from Mexico. Hilary, Kat, and Nakia. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenya.
So we still have questions coming in for you, Hill. We have had you for an hour and 3 minutes. So
wow,
we have probably.
We have 4 more.
Oh, okay, 4 more. Actually,
I can
no,
refresh.
we have more.
Let me refresh.
Okay, we can do it.
Okay,
let's do it.
Okay.
Let's no more super chats. We'll stop where we are.
Just go for it.
These.
Yeah, we're gonna answer these, and then
Here, I got it. Yes, no, yes.
Okay, Tim Dacus.
Yes,
super
Tim.
chat. Raise them up
high.
Hi, Nakia and Kat and Hilary Turner. Diva Talks, my favorite villain. How was it wearing a white dress at the end of In Space like Demetria?
Oh, I love that. That was so fun. And that's right. I was kind of Demetria at the end. They should have continued with that. It was so fun to actually look like myself, not have like a half mask on. And I wish they'd followed up more. I think she probably stayed good for like a day, but still. That was really fun. I loved it.
Awesome. Andrew Sellers once again.
Super chat, raise them up high. My grandmother loved your fire the torpedoes line. She called you the torpedo lady. Could you say that for her?
Fire the torpedoes at Granny.
Oh, Granny.
I love her baritone voice.
Yes.
I love that.
Deep voice. Katie Munier, one of our members.
Super chat, raise them up high.
I think you're great, Hilary.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Will you go tell my husband?
Oh, he knows.
He knows.
No, he's so sweet. He really is.
Rodolfo Gomez, one of our channel members. I think Andrew might be as well. I have to look. But super chat,
raise them up high. Yes. Yeah. Is it me? It's
no, I lost you.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh,
no.
Oh, she's back.
Where are you? What happened?
You're back. Don't worry. We got you.
This has been such a crazy live.
Yeah.
This is so funny. The internet's messing up. Hillary's camera's fallen. We lost her for 3 minutes. I love it. The things you cannot make up.
Yes. You gotta go with the flow.
Yes.
As they say.
Rodolfo says, hi, Kat, Key, and Hilary. Hey, Rodolfo.
Hi, Rodolfo.
Thanks for all you do. Hilary, I love your work. You're hilarious. I just wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Aw.
Thank you so much. It's so sweet.
Rodolfo's in Mexico.
He's
too.
one of our channel members in Mexico.
Yes. Master
Hola,
Key.
Rodolfo.
Master Key.
Super chat! Raise 'em up high! Awesome Pink Ranger, awesome Yellow Ranger, and awesome villain all at once.
Oh.
You three made my childhood fun. Happy holidays, ladies. Sending love from New York City in
Woo!
New York. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do.
In New York. I don't know the rest of the lyrics, so I'll pretend like
And I'm from New York.
Woo!
I think we should do a singing group.
Oh,
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Pretty much.
Fred Buick. That is Nate. You probably know Nate from Instagram. He's one of our beautiful members and also an amazing fan. Super
Nate.
chat, raise him up high.
Who knew evil could be so lovely? Viva la
I did.
diva.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so sweet.
Aww.
You guys are the sweetest people ever,
Thanks,
making me
Mark.
feel so good.
Next one is from Ben Hamilton.
Super chat, raise 'em up high.
In the second part, Countdown to Destruction, I felt that Diva Talks should have fatally backstabbed Astronomer just to save Andros the trauma.
I wanted to, trust me. They took all the knives off. If you would see the big banquet, there's no knives because they're like, keep the knives away from Diva Talks. I was
Right.
going to get her.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
Okay, Bolton Biggs, one of our members.
Super chat, raise 'em up high. Hi, Hilary.
Hello.
How was working on Full House?
Oh my God, that was so fun too. I loved working on Full House. I hadn't seen it before, which is crazy. And I remember one of the things I had to do was say Jesse Stephanopoulos, which is the character's name, but I didn't know, I couldn't pronounce it. So John Stamos was really mad. He's like, she doesn't even know my name. She didn't even say it right. She doesn't even watch the show. I'm like, okay, dude. Well done. I just had my first baby, and I'm not, then they didn't have DVRs back then. We didn't, you had to be there to watch stuff. But that was really fun. And then later I got to work with Mary-Kate and Ashley when they were teenagers. I did a show called It's Your Time or something about time, or It's My Time. I don't know. I played a crazy date of their dad. So that was really fun. My daughters came on. This only time they were ever interested in coming on the set. When they met them, they're like, are those the real girls or characters? They were looking for zippers behind them, like that they were zipped into a costume.
That's so
Who
cute.
was them?
That is so cute.
That's great.
Okay, Kenya Padilla. Once again.
Yes.
So sweet.
Super chat, raise 'em up high.
Hilary, thank you very much for putting a smile on my face with your Diva Talks character. I wish you the best in the world. Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you.
Aw.
That's so sweet. I love that people love evil so much.
Well, you are lovable.
Yes.
And you're very appreciated. But speaking of lovable, I would like a little taste of some Judy before we
That was our last
Okay,
super chat question.
Here's the actual thing. I was with my mother in LA. My parents came to see the movie, the premiere of the movie. We were sitting, I couldn't wait to hear what she had to say. So we're sitting down at dinner. She goes, you know what? We didn't hate it. And your teeth look fantastic. So that was her review. Thank you. And then somebody came up to me and said, oh, I just want to tell you, you're so good in that movie. And my mother goes, good in that movie? Good in that movie? She was horrible. She looked disgusting. I was like, Mom, that's my one fan. Thank you.
And she took credit for the teeth because she paid for the braces.
Right.
So she was complimenting herself.
Exactly. That was a long, arduous race situation.
I laugh because you're a hilarious character, but I don't laugh because I don't like that she said that to you, because
No.
that would
I
break
know,
my
it's
heart.
just so strange when you look back at it. She could be hysterically funny too, like with one-liners and things like that. I remember once she was walking down in the city. Oh no, this is my grandmother actually. My grandmother was really sweet, but she was really funny too. And she didn't give this beggar woman $1. She goes, oh, fuck off, you old retired hooker. And My grandmother goes, "Who's retired?" So I come from a long line of one-liners.
Oh,
And
wow.
she said crazy stuff to me that she would then, like when I've ever confronted her about it, she denied it to her. Oh, I never. I never said that. I mean, she would never cop to anything. So you just have to, have to make comedy out of it.
The one
really.
story, and you did it as Judy on your channel, the Judy No Nonsense. The one of where you were bitten by a bee or something, and she was like making fun of you.
Oh, she was hysterical. I remember
Just
that.
laughing.
And plus I ruined the vacation.
Yes.
But oh my God, she was hysterical when I got bitten by a bee. She thought it was the funniest thing. It was so bizarre. When you look back, you're like, why are you laughing at me? Your own mother. It's very
so strange.
So Hilary, for those of you that are just joining us, Hilary, if you go to her Instagram page, Judaisms.nooffense, she has created a character of her mom. And some of them are actual events.
It's all real. It's all real. I haven't really made anything up.
Did she dress like that with the leopard prints and the gold?
She did. I mean, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but yes, if you went into a store and everything was plain and something was just covered in jewels, she went right that. I love it. She had terrible taste. Yeah, she wasn't as quite over the top, but all the things I do wearing that were her things.
And I love,
maybe she wouldn't pile them all on together.
I love how she talks about Audrey. It reminds me, I was trying to explain to Nakia, it's like Dame Edna. You know Dame Edna? Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Dame Edna has the Madge, the best friend, and she treats the best friend really badly. That's what that reminds me of, how she's always just digging on poor Audrey.
Oh, my poor Audrey, right before my mother died, I mean, Audrey's her oldest friend in the world, and she was gonna, again, I'm giving her the cold shoulder. Audrey's so jealous. I mean, I'm like, Mom, you have one friend left. She actually does love you. I feel bad because I use her name for real, and I don't think Audrey's on Instagram, but she was called Audrey with the internet because Audrey had the internet. So my mother would be like, my friend Audrey has the internet, and I will go there and I will surf onto it. And when I told Audrey at my mom's funeral, I was like, oh, you were known as Audrey with the internet. Audrey goes, I do have the internet. I do. So it was so good.
So proud.
So proud. So, it's not a falsism. I have the internet.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Hilary, you are amazing.
Oh, thanks. You guys are my best customers.
We love you. We love you, and we're so proud.
We love you too. I can't wait to see you guys when all this is over.
Yes,
the craziness is over.
We will come down and visit your beautiful new home.
Yes, we got to go stand up paddling. I want to see everything, and Jason's around here. Did Jason buy a house around me?
Yeah, he did. And
he did.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Still in the neighborhood. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Hilary.
Yay! Love you guys.
Love
Thanks,
you,
everybody.
Bye, darling.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye. Bye. Now I have to figure out how to get out of this. Help, Mom.
It's gonna be. I can't even look at this.
It's kind of small.
Yeah, I can't either. We're both having internet issues.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, guys, thanks for hanging in with us today. Wow, that was some crazy technology problems.
Yeah, like it hasn't. We just have the little spinning thing going. I don't know what's going on with that. Chris, thank you for the super sticker that you sent.
Yes,
Purple Cat. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hilary is just.
She's awesome.
She's so talented. Just such a wonderful talent. I mean, it's so great. And as we said last week, Melody Perkins was supposed to be with us next week. She's not able to join, so she's going to. We have Carol Hoyt, who played the second Diva Talks.
And Demetria.
So you can come with your Demetria questions, and hopefully the internet will be a lot better than it was. You know, I think the problem might be it is now vacation time.
People are surfing on the net.
They're surfing on that net.
Yeah,
they're surfing. They are surfing. Some of you have been asking us about joining our team. We are asking, we do have YouTube and we do have Patreon. but we are trying to focus on our Patreon because it's great. So you can join us on Patreon. You just go to patreon.com/
or click on join our team right there.
Yeah, well, you can't click on that.
You can't click.
No, you
Oh.
can't click.
That
Just
shows
an
how much
overlay.
I know.
It's just the picture to the side that says join our team, and then it has like the Patreon
That.
Power Rangers playback.
Got it.
Patreon.com/ Power Ranger playback. And we have so many tiers available, from $3 membership up to $50, depends on what you want. And then we have a podcast.
Super chat.
That's what it's called.
Super chat.
It's called
Super chat. This couch is very bouncy too.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. See you next time.
It's gonna keep spinning.
It's
so
gonna
then we're
gonna be here with you all night, folks.
We'll just say goodbye, but
we're really just gonna sit here. We're just gonna stare at the screen. Just so come here often.
yeah, actually.